Hi, loves. Oh my gosh, the music is playing and we are on live. Let's see if this is, and it's 1:11. Let's pause the music. Hi, loves. I wonder if you guys can see me. I decided to hold our live time even though I am driving. I am going to talk to you guys about what's going on. Okay, I see you jumping on, so the connection is holding. Hi, loves. Welcome. I am in the middle of moving, so we're just doing all the things at the same time. And I'm going to chat with you and tell you a few things while we are driving and going for another round of moving stuff. So, happy week that Pluto is retrograde full force. This is really what I want to talk to you guys about. And I hope that you can hear me. Yay! Okay. Hi, loves. I see you. I see your comments. So, this is the thing that's going on right now, is that a lot of people are really starting to feel the effects of either doing the work or being new to doing the work or not even knowing what the work is, basically. It's everything that you've done all of this time is adding up. And if you haven't been keeping up with if you haven't been keeping up with your morning meditations, with your practice, right? Whatever your practice is, your spiritual practice to stay on track, this is where you want to pick it back up, because it's like every little high vibe thing that you do for yourself adds up. Pluto retrograde is going to be the final bang. It's like the wrecking ball, right? But none of that matters if you know where you're going. None of the destructive powers of Pluto retrograde matters in terms of when you know where you're headed, when you know that it's new earth, when you know that it's life the way that you intend it to be, the way that you create it to be every day, then it doesn't matter. People will disappear, things will disappear, situation will disappear, ways of life will crumble. All of these things will start to happen, but it doesn't matter because you understand that this is all necessary for the rebirth, right? And so this is the most important thing, is to know where you're at, but know where you are going, okay? So switch your mindset. Oh, this road is like a little loud. I'm gonna use my Italian voice. So switch your mindset from thinking that the present comes from the past, right? Like, stop having the past and the way that you've done things define who you are in the present. Begin to define yourself by who you want to be in the future. So, it is all about being in the present moment, but decide what you're doing now based on how you want to live your life on New Earth, based on your future self, based on who you know that your true soul identity is, right? Begin to really bring in that and begin or continue or pull it down more. Really hang on to that eternal perspective of things. Really understand that this is just a moment. Sometimes we get lost in these dramas and these life things, and it really doesn't have to be dramatic. It really doesn't. We're gonna acknowledge our feelings. We're going through experiences on earth, but we're infinite, eternal beings. This is but a moment in our lifetime of our light, of who we are, right? Of our light. So when you look at it from that perspective, any kind of small things that have to get figured out, you know that they will get figured out because they have to get figured out, because this is just a little moment, right? So shift that perspective, look at it from the future, look at it from your future self. And whenever you're having a hard time, like, holy shit, I am awakening and I think I am losing my shit and I'm going crazy and nobody gets me. There's a lot of this that is coming up for a lot of people. Those of you that know, those of you that are the light workers, the healers that have done this, Italian fingers pointing, okay, you've got to be sharing, you've got to be out there in the community, because there's so many people that are awakening now that need support, need guidance. They need to know that they're not losing their shit. So everybody that has gone through this and knows that when you think you're losing your shit, you're really finding your shit, okay? you guys got to share. You guys got to share. All of us have to be out in the front lines sharing and making sure that everybody feels like they're not alone, and that this is the process of awakening, and it's a process of losing your ground so that you can find your wings to fly, right? This is the part that we all have to go through, and it's a little scary if you don't know what the fuck is going on, because you're like, shit, I didn't know I had to have wings for this, right? I thought I was always just gonna walk and then run, but now I gotta fly. So that's the thing that's happening. And those of you that are beginning this experience, right, don't be afraid to reach out to those that know, because, you know, to those that post the things, that share the things, because, you know, we're in it together. And every single person that awakens on earth makes a difference for all of us. And so this is the part where everybody's going to realize, holy shit, I can't keep it a secret anymore. I can't just be a closet light worker or a closet healer anymore, because if everybody was a closet healer, we're not going to new fucking earth, okay? That's where we want to go. So it's like, this is a wave, and everybody has to plug in this power. So, okay, I think we're going to park here, because otherwise we're going to lose the reception. So that's what we're going to do before the no parking zone. Perfect. What a lovely spot with 4 bars of reception. Amazing. Okay, hi you guys. Here we are. So the people that know, gotta share with the people that don't know yet, okay? And the people that don't know yet, you have to reach out. And then everybody's gonna have this massive impact. Wow, moving here. Sorry, loves. This is live, real life. But everybody has to, we're moving through this together. And that's the most important thing, is that nobody feel left out. No matter what phase of life you're going through, someone is going through that phase. Somebody has been through that phase, and somebody can help you through that phase, right? So we're all just kind of walking each other home, because some people have figured some things out so they can walk you through that part. And some other people have figured this part out. So it's all kind of like a chain reaction. We have to help each other. Otherwise, you know, this momentum, like, we don't want to lose this momentum. It's such a beautiful momentum that's brought about by the madness of the world. And however it is happening, with the fact that all of the shit show is being exposed in politics and the world and the trafficking and, like, you know, those things, that's really allowing people to realize that, like, holy shit, you know. It's kind of like that documentary thing that was called Out of Shadows Official, from the stuntman in Hollywood. He figured it out in the negative. Some people figure it out in the positive. Some people figure it out in the negative, right? He figured it out in the negative, meaning he was around people in Hollywood that actually, like, he figured out the whole Luciferian thing, and he was like, oh my God, there's actually, like, devil worshiping is a thing, which means that there must be a God, which means that there must be angels, which means that there must be the pot. So, like, sometimes you have to figure it out a different route, and that's okay, right? And so a lot of people are figuring things out in lots of different ways. But when you awaken and when you find those things, that's where a lot of people get stuck into that 4D. Remember, 4D is the mental space. So you go from, like, the 3D material plane to the 4D, where you realize all of the airwaves, all of the mental space, all of the thoughts, all of the things that are actually aimed at frequency control, and actually, like, taking over your thoughts. And that's the mental war, right? So you realize that, and you're like, shit, I thought there was, like, freedom of this or that, or, you know, whatever, and there isn't. And you're like, damn it, I got to, like, you know, you got to keep your mind in a sacred place, in a sacred space, and you always got to be up for that fight. Don't get stuck there, okay? You don't want to get stuck in the 4D. You don't want to get stuck in the invisible mental plane of the conspiracies and whatever. Not also know that there's a lot of bullshit, and there's just whenever something comes out, there's always the disinformation campaign about it, okay? So you have to learn to discern what's actually, you know, what feels like an accurate vibration and what feels like, hey, the government probably put this people up to talking a lot of shit to distract a bunch of people. so that they wouldn't find out the truth, because that's the thing that happens. So don't get lost in that, because that's not the important part. The important part is that we realize that there's a whole bunch of shit going on. And yes, there are people that will feel the call to do something about the trafficking. There's people, like, for example, the people that have the calls to be activists and to do the protesting and all of that. Everybody has like a job per se, right? And it's the job, it's not really a job, it's the call of your soul. So if you answer the call of your soul, you will always be in alignment. And so I speak for those whose call of the soul is that of showing up in transmuting your cellular body so that you actually bring down your light body, okay? We're here to raise the vibration of the planet. That's my job. That's what I bring down. That's what I hold energy for. That's what I hold space for. That's what I teach you guys how to do all the time. So when you resonate with me, that's why I say light workers and healers, because that's the group, right? That's my soul fam that I speak to. And this is our job. This is our slice of job. You know, this is like the job that we're doing. We have to pull down this light, and it's literally our job to use our physical bodies to understand how to use our light and our soul to transduce all of this high frequency light through our physical body in order to anchor it in to the earth so that the earth can transmute, okay, and go into new earth. But the earth cannot do it without us. So this is our job, okay? This is why your body is your temple of light and the body is sacred. And so, everybody has a job. This is the job of the people that I talk to, right? This is our job here. So this is the tribe. And Bobby says, don't drink that bleach, people. You're so funny, Bobby. Yes, treat your body like a temple. So you got to be out there doing those things, pulling in the light, grounding in the light, translating the information from your higher self. Get to understanding what is happening on the higher planes. Your higher self is your number one priority. You and your higher self got to be best friends if you're not yet, okay? That's your number one. Nobody else is your number one. It's you and your higher self. This is new earth reality. And so, because if you don't have that guidance, then you won't know, right? You won't know what to do. And the one thing that when you're in tune with your higher self, you will always know the next step. You may not know exactly how everything is going to pan out, but if you know that everything will always work out because you have your connection with your higher self and you'll always have the answer to the next best thing to do, then you're going to be fine. So quit the motherfucking anxiety, okay? Like, it's going to be fine. A lot of people, it's like the unknown, okay? Don't worry about the unknown. Do not worry about the unknown. I'm going to say it one more time. Do not worry about the unknown. Trust. Believe. Okay? Learn to depend on yourself. Learn to have that guidance. I don't know what Earth is going to look like in 10 years. I don't know exactly how this transition is going to go, but I tell you what I know. I know that for sure I will be guided every step of the way, and I will be in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, leading the people always, because that's my job. And I know how to do that. Therefore, everything's going to be fine. Do you see what I'm saying? So, while I may not know how everything is going to transform, how our banking system will transform, I don't know how, all the industries will transform. I don't know exactly how that physically looks like. I know how to hold the energy for alignment, and that will forever make things okay. That's what makes life works, right? Like life work. That's literally the skills that I'm teaching in the mastermind, which we will reopen registration. I was just talking to Carrie before I went on live. We will reopen registration again because I realize how important, sooner for the next round. Not anytime soon right now, you guys. I love you all. I want everybody to know these things. But I have to actually teach this class and then I'm moving. So there's things. But these are the skills that are so important for everybody to know how to manage yourself, okay? And just because you're not in the mastermind, it doesn't mean that, you didn't make the high vibe energy train, because and I know that was a feeling for a lot of people. There are many other resources. Specifically, there's Moon Babes Society. So if you feel like you want to be in one of my containers, like we're moving forward and you're being held and guided through it, go to Moon Babes Society. Okay, I should do a swipe up for it today in the stories. That's the monthly meditation membership, where we do meditations for the full moon and the new moon. And then we have a monthly coaching call where I answer specific questions on Zoom. And you can email me and ask me specific questions specifically for your life, and I will go through and answer them. And then we have a day-by-day calendar of all the astrology. So that's real guidance, okay? And it's only $44 a month. So it's like amazing. So if you're looking for like a way to be held through and to be guided through and to know that you're doing things like that keep you on the path and on the alignment, go to Moon Babe Society. This is a great place to be. I also will continue to do free things. Obviously, I haven't been able to do stuff while I'm moving and everything else, but we'll have another like free meditation or something fun in May, okay, for everyone. And I keep adding to the YouTube channel. It's very important that at this point, everyone learn to ground for real, to ground into the higher frequencies of New Earth. And you do this by intention, okay? So if you're not grounded, you're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel like your body can't sustain the new frequencies. You're going to feel like everything is speeding up and you're about to blow up. You're going to feel like you don't understand how to like reconcile yourself, okay? Because that's what happens when your soul resonates with a higher frequency, but your body doesn't. And so there's dissonance instead of resonance. You want resonance inside of your body. You want everything to feel so good, like everything is just jiving inside, right? And so you have to be grounded in order for the light and for the light energy, for the high frequency energy that's being blasted by the sun, that's being opened up by these various portals that are happening astrologically. You have to be able to like pull it through your physical body and ground it in. And that requires work, okay? It does. It requires work. It requires you to get really comfortable with who you are, to understand who you are, understand who you came here to be, and to really be open to some of the weird shit that comes up, because you have to face your demons, quote unquote. As you pull down light, you can't have skeletons in your closet because you're going to be filled with light. So all the shit comes up and you're going to be like, whoa, yep, gotta look at that one, right? Gotta look at it, gotta acknowledge it. You know what? We went through some shit. And I always say we when I talk about myself. You guys noticed I say we a lot, and it's me and me and me. It's me and all the version of myself, right? So it's like a we situation, because it's like, we did good. Me, my 5-year-old, my 10-year-old self, my 15-year-old self, right? Like all the battles, all the things. And it's like, we did good. We're going to be able to clear this one out, let this one go. We've been there, we've done that. Let's clean this up, right? Like all of the scars from childhood that come around on a whole other level now. Clear that up. You don't need it in New Earth anymore. It's kind of like, the stuff that you have to throw away when you move. You don't need it anymore. You're moving. It's done. Okay. So it's just outdated belief systems, outdated. Sometimes it's people and circumstances and situations and jobs and stuff like that. So a lot of things have to change. But when you know that alignment is alignment, and that's your number one, then you know that it doesn't matter what you're clearing, leaving behind, because a lot of times we get used to our boo-boos. Like, well, when I was young, this is kind of how I was raised, and therefore now I have this shit kind of problem, right? Why? Why are you still telling that story, right? Stop telling that story. It's time for a new story. And so that's why I'm saying it's time to shift. It's time to clear that. It's time to, embrace the future of who you want to be. Oh, look, Henry joined. He's checking on me saying, why are you not moving boxes right now? Honey, I am doing my Monday Night Live. I love you. That's so funny. So this is what's happening during Pluto retrograde, and we have 5 months of it, loves. 5 months, okay? So get really honest with yourself, get comfortable with the uncomfortable, and get learning how to fly before you figured out even how to run. Like, you were walking and then you got walking really fast and then you thought you could run, but you got to fly. So it's kind of one of those things, but it's so liberating, right? It's so liberating. So you just have to let go of some of these things. And it's like I said a lot of times, energetically, when we have these alignments, we say, buckle up, right? Buckle up. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. And this time, don't buckle up because there's no buckle. You got to fly, okay? This is the part where you take flight. And you really want to just surrender to that. Surrender to your higher self. Surrendering is not a passive thing. Surrendering is not, I give up, I can't figure this shit out, I don't know what the fuck to do. That's not surrendering. Surrendering is like, okay, God, angels, universe, higher self, all of you, I can't do this shit by myself. I need some help, okay? I'm gonna need you to show up for this. This is what I know how to do. I'm all in right here. I'm at 100% in. I'm gonna need you guys to show up for the rest because this is what I got and you know it. And if you do that for real, and if you mean it, and if you put your part in, it will always work. That's where surrendering works. It's not like, I can't do this anymore, I surrender. That is not it, okay? Everything that we do energetically is active. You're active. You're taking an active choice in it. And if you choose to be passive, that's also an action, right? So that's a choice. You're choosing to be passive. And then the things will happen anyways, and then you won't really know what's going on, right? So you don't want to do that. That's not for anybody here at all. Here's my reminder to go on live. So, yes. And show up for yourself. Allow yourself to imagine. This is another really beautiful thing. If you haven't tried the New Earth meditation that is on the short version of it, it's like a few minutes. I think it's 5 minutes on my YouTube channel, the one that I edited down. Allow yourself to really feel super high vibrational feelings. Like, what does New Earth look like for you, right? Like, get into the dreaming, the wondering, the, oh my gosh, can it really be this good, right? Feel those feelings, because as long as you can feel those feelings inside, even though you're imagining them, you're daydreaming them, they're resonating inside of you. And if they can live inside of you, then for a little while, then your reality will have to match them. Because that's how the law of attraction works, right? So just allow yourself to live in a state of constant, dreaming gratitude, dreaming gratitude. Like, what if that could possibly be true? Like, what if this could actually happen for me? Like, I wonder if this shit show right here is happening for me, because I wonder what kind of blessings it's going to give me, right? It's going to bring me, those kinds of things. So just keep shifting your thoughts. Like, oh my gosh, and I know a lot of you have been writing me about friends and family stuff and feeling like you're alone in this process, and you're really not. Always ask yourself, first of all, you have to make friends with your angels and your guides, because they're always there, okay? They're always, always, always there, and you're never alone. Then there's a lot of us here. There's obviously a tribe of us here, so we're all in this together. And the other thing too is always ask yourself, take pride in the fact that you're the black sheep of the family. That is awesome. I applaud you. The world, everybody applauds you, okay? Even though they don't say it. But somebody has to have the balls to sign up for that job, and that's you, right? That's you. You had the balls to say, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to be the first one in my family to wake up, and I am going to go lose my shit, but I know I'll figure it out. They probably can't figure it out, but I know that I'll figure it out. So then they'll figure it out by consequence of it. And that's really what you have to figure out. Figure out how to feel the empowerment of it, of the fact that you are the first, that you are the one that's breaking the mold, that you are the black sheep, that Like, thank God you are the one that's different, because you're here to change the world. The world wasn't changed by the people that are all doing the same motherfucking thing every day. It's not. Like, you have to be different, right, to change the world. So take pride in that, and also feel like this is going to be amazing. Like, I know that this is a little bit hard, and I know that I feel like nobody gets me, and I'm like, but I wonder what blessings are going to come from this. I wonder what incredible miracles are going to come from this, because you always know when you feel like that, when you feel like, holy shit, I'm going through something and nobody understands me. Trust me, you have more angelic support in that moment that you could ever possibly imagine, because the whole universe knows, right, that's your moment. And whenever you feel the most alone, you're absolutely not alone. You're surrounded. Okay, so just turn on your third eye. Let's stop making it complicated and weird, and like all of this, oh, well, the water and bullshit. Just decide your third eye is going to turn on. Just decide. Let's just do it, right? Like, start intending it every day. If instead of talking about how much our society sucks and therefore the third eye doesn't turn on, forget that. Every day, decide that, you know what, my third eye is turning on a little bit more. I feel like I'm seeing things. I feel like I'm getting visions. I feel like in my dreams, the answers are coming. I feel like I'm understanding things. I'm seeing things a little better, just a little better every day. Just decide, right? And make it positive. Like, continue working on that. Believe in yourself that you have the magic to do the things that are required of you from yourself at this time. Okay? That is the thing. Okay, chills, I love you guys. Thank you all for the love. Preach it. I love you guys. It is true lately, just like that meme that was posted in the Facebook group. Lately, it's like I'm spreading light like the dragons, but this is really what is needed, you guys. There's just no more time, and it's just, we got to do the things. So all of you, again, I'm going to say this one more time. All of you that know and understand this, and I want to say are in a position, but everybody is in a position. Share it. Don't be scared of who you are. I was just thinking, we're moving, and I was like, that's going to go real well. Like, I'm so excited to meet the neighbors when they're going to be like, hi, what do you do? I teach higher levels of access to higher consciousness and astral travel. I'm a medium. How are you? What do you do? It's going to be amazing. So, there's, it's just not the time to play small anymore and say something else. And so no matter what, people are going to get awkward, about it, but somebody's got to do the job, like, that's us. We are doing the job. So share, talk about it, be open about it, because everybody kind of has to come around, right? So this part of life reminds me, I was actually talking to my mom. You guys know I have my religious moments with my mom. I was like, Mom, it's like that part of the Bible where it says, and the first shall be last and the last shall be first, or whatever. Don't quote me on these things. But basically, it's like all the people that were misunderstood, all of us that felt like misunderstood through our lifetimes, now those people that were last will be the first. Like, we will be the first ones to understand and to lead this part of this revolution of light that's happening now, this like awakening revolution that's happening, right? So this is where you have to make the shift from being in the, from holding this I'm different inside to being like, I'm going to show everybody and I'm going to hold space for more people, to understand these things. So that's our job. All right, loves, we signed up for it. I love all of the fun emojis and the love. I love you guys. Make sure that you go and do the meditations on my YouTube playlist. Those of you that are in my courses, it doesn't matter if you did my Sacred Chakras Journey course like 3 years ago or, whatever. You have some awesome meditations in there. Get on those, okay? It doesn't matter if meditations happen, if we did them like a couple of months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. The astral travel meditations are all done in quantum space, which means it's a moment in time that exists in all times across the board, right? So those moments of time are still alive, because right now, once you learn to shift the perspective of time, every right now is alive, okay? And so when we do these meditations, when we've done cool things, in fact, I'll probably release like a cool bundle once I get moved in, for those of you that aren't in any of the astral travel courses. But like, we've done really cool shit, like go to the crystal caves on the moon, go to Venus, work with the Pleiadians. We've gone to Sirius many times. We go to the Great Central Sun. Like, there's a lot of cool places where you can go, and those moments are still alive in time, because when you astral travel and you access higher consciousness and quantum, it just is there. And so you can go there and still feel the benefits of it in your physical body in this moment of now. So it's pretty cool stuff. Okay, so you can go back and do that stuff anytime, which is why when I tell you about my courses, and I always say you get all the bonuses and all the updates and you have access forever, it's a big deal because the course is still alive. It's never dead when you work in the astral plane, because that stuff always exists, right? So that's really awesome. So, all right, I love you guys. I'm gonna go get some more moving stuff done, and then we'll go check on the chickens again. Because that's now my life, as we moved on the mountain with 6 chickens. It's official. This is the new earth life for us. But I love you guys. Thank you for joining me for the Moon Babes Monday Night Live. This is Sonia G. You can find me here on Instagram at Moon Babes and the Light Tribe. And if you just Google Moon Babes and the Light Tribe, you can find my YouTube channel and my videos and like all of my things, okay? I have lots of free content, lots of courses that you can go and dig through and see if they're for you, if they resonate with you. And I'm always here every Monday, even when I'm moving and we have to do this in the car with all the stuff in it. I love you guys. Oh yeah, let me say this, love the chickens. So many of you guys, I know this is so funny, so many of you guys, especially like a few of you, have sent me so much information about the chickens. Thank you guys so much. It was so amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, my tribe knows about chickens and they can actually help me on this. So I felt your support and I want to thank you guys. It's a simple thing, but I really felt the love. This is a totally new thing. So it's been fun. It's been exciting. Thanks for dealing with my stories on it. I love you guys, and I will see you on stories, and I will see you soon. Bye. Mwah. So much love.